What if I told you there are places in Kentucky where the dead never left? A bridge where a child's cries echo through the night. An abandoned hospital where unseen hands still move the gurneys. A theater where a ghostly performer waits for her final curtain call. These aren't just stories. They're real, and those who dare to enter may not walk out the same. Are you ready to face the haunted secrets of Kentucky? The Cursed Bridge of Clawsplint, Kentucky. Deep in the Appalachian hills of Clawsplint, Kentucky, a forgotten bridge stretches over Childs Creek, a place locals refuse to cross after dark. For decades, eerie stories have surrounded this crumbling structure, but one legend stands above all: the Crying Child. According to townsfolk, in the early 1900s, a young mother and her baby were traveling by horse-drawn carriage when a sudden storm turned the creek into a raging torrent. As lightning split the sky, the horses spooked, overturning the carriage. The mother barely survived, but her child was lost to the merciless waters. Stricken with grief, she returned to the bridge every night, calling her baby's name until she too disappeared without a trace. Since then, countless travelers have reported hearing soft, sorrowful wails drifting through the night air. Some claim to see a shadowy figure of a woman searching the banks, while others swear they've seen tiny handprints appear on their car windows after crossing. A few brave souls who stopped to investigate say they felt an unseen force tugging at their clothes, like a desperate child begging for help. Is it just a local legend? Or does the spirit of the lost child still linger, waiting for someone to finally bring them home? Those who dare to cross Childs Creek Bridge at midnight might just find out. The Haunting of Lindsey Wilson College. In the heart of Columbia, Kentucky, Lindsey Wilson College stands as a beacon of learning, but hidden within its historic halls is a chilling legend that has terrified students for generations. If you walk past the dormitories late at night, you might catch a glimpse of something unnatural, a pale face staring from a window where no one should be. The story traces back to the early 1900s when a young woman, heartbroken over a lost love, was said to have ended her life in one of the dorm rooms. Since then, strange occurrences have plagued the college. Students report lights flickering on and off, doors slamming shut on their own, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. Some have woken up to the sensation of icy fingers brushing against their skin, only to find their room empty. But the most disturbing encounters happen near the window where she was last seen alive. On moonlit nights, students have spotted the faint outline of a girl standing motionless, her hollow eyes following anyone who dares to look up. Those who get too close often hear a soft, sorrowful whisper. Some say she's still searching for the lover who never came back. Is it just a campus ghost story, or is the lost spirit of Lindsey Wilson College still trapped in a heartbreak that never ends? If you ever walk alone through the campus at night, look up. You might not be alone. The Ghost of Old Combs School. Tucked away in the quiet town of Combs, Kentucky, the abandoned Old Combs School stands as a decaying relic of the past. Its once bustling halls have long been empty, but those who dare to step inside say something, or someone, still lingers within its crumbling walls. The legend dates back to the early 1900s when a beloved schoolteacher mysteriously vanished without a trace. Some say she was last seen locking up the school late one evening, but she never made it home. The search lasted for weeks, but no body was ever found. Soon after, eerie whispers began echoing through the classrooms, as if a woman's voice was still calling out lessons to students who were no longer there. To this day, locals who pass by at night report seeing a shadowy figure moving behind the broken windows. Some claim to hear the rhythmic tapping of chalk against a blackboard, though the boards have been covered in dust for decades. Others say if you listen closely, you can hear the faint rustling of pages, like an unseen hand flipping through an old lesson book. But the most chilling accounts come from those brave enough to step inside. A few have seen a ghostly woman standing at the front of the classroom, her face blurred as if lost to time. And those who linger too long often hear a stern, disembodied voice whispering a warning. You're late for class. Is it just the wind playing tricks through the broken windows? Or is the spirit of Old Combs School still waiting for students who will never return? The Cursed Halls of Old Corbin Hospital. In Corbin, Kentucky, the abandoned Old Corbin Hospital sits like a decaying corpse on a forgotten hilltop. Its walls, once filled with the sounds of healing, now echo with something far more sinister. Those who dare to enter speak of shadows moving in the halls, whispers in empty rooms, and, most terrifying of all, blood-curdling screams that rip through the silence of the night. The hospital, built in the early 1900s, served the town for decades until it abruptly shut down under mysterious circumstances. Rumors spread that a series of tragic deaths, including a nurse who took her own life in the basement, had cursed the building. Former staff spoke of an unseen force that would move objects, flicker lights, and send chills down their spines. Patients reported seeing shadowy figures lurking near their beds, only to wake up unable to move, as if something was holding them down. Today, the building stands in ruins, but its ghosts remain. Explorers who step inside describe feeling watched, their every move followed by unseen eyes. Some have reported hearing hospital gurneys rolling down the halls, yet no one is there. The most chilling encounters happen in the old surgical wing, where visitors claim to hear a distant, agonized moan, followed by the sharp metallic clang of surgical instruments hitting the floor. Is it the restless souls of those who died within its walls, or is something even darker lurking in the depths of Old Corbin Hospital? Those brave enough to find out often leave running, if they make it out at all. The Phantom at Cumberland Falls. Deep in the heart of Corbin, Kentucky, Cumberland Falls State Park is known for its breathtaking moonbow, a rare nighttime rainbow that shimmers under the full moon. But beneath its beauty lies a chilling legend that has haunted visitors for decades. When the mist rises over the falls, some say a ghostly woman appears, staring out over the water, waiting. The story tells of a young bride who visited the falls on her honeymoon many years ago. She and her husband posed for a picture on the cliffs above the rushing water when tragedy struck. Either by accident or something more sinister, she lost her footing and plummeted to her death. Her husband, devastated, searched for her endlessly, but her body was never recovered. Ever since, hikers and park rangers have reported strange occurrences near the falls. Some have seen a woman in a flowing white dress standing at the edge of the cliffs, only for her to vanish into the mist the moment they call out to her. Others have felt an icy chill on warm summer nights, as if unseen hands were brushing against their skin. The most terrifying accounts come from those who claim to hear a distant, sorrowful whisper in the wind. Help me. Is she trapped in the moment of her tragic fall, forever searching for her lost love? Or does the moonbow reveal more than just the beauty of nature, perhaps opening a doorway to something beyond? Those who visit Cumberland Falls at night might just find out, if they dare to look into the mist. The haunted stretch of Florence Road. The shadow that follows. Florence Road in Corbin, Kentucky might look like any other quiet country road during the day, but when night falls, it becomes something else entirely. Drivers and late-night travelers have reported eerie sensations, headlights flickering, car engines sputtering, and worst of all, the overwhelming feeling that something unseen is watching or following. The legend dates back to the early 1900s when a local man was struck by a speeding carriage on this very road. Left for dead in the darkness, his spirit is said to have never moved on. Those who drive alone at night often report seeing a shadowy figure standing at the roadside, only for it to vanish when they get closer. Others have felt an unseen presence inside their cars, as if someone has slipped into the back seat without them knowing. But the most terrifying encounters happen when drivers glance in their rearview mirrors, only to see a dark silhouette sitting in the back seat motionless until they pass a certain point in the road, and it disappears without a trace. Locals warn, if you drive down Florence Road after midnight, keep your eyes on the mirror, because once you see him, you might not be able to unsee him. The ghostly stage of Covington's old theater, the applause never ends. In the heart of Covington, Kentucky, an abandoned theater sits in eerie silence, its once grand stage now covered in dust. But those who step inside say the performance never truly stopped. Late at night, strange sounds echo through the empty auditorium. Phantom footsteps on the stage, the rustling of unseen performers moving behind the curtain, and most chilling of all, the faint sound of applause, even when no audience is there. The legend speaks of a beloved actress who graced the stage in the early 1900s. On the night of her final performance, she mysteriously collapsed mid-scene and never got back up. Some say it was illness. Others whisper of something darker, a jealous rival, a curse, or even the theater itself claiming one of its own. Ever since, those who visit the ruins of the old playhouse have seen flickering lights, heard ghostly whispers in the dressing rooms, and even caught glimpses of a shadowy figure standing center stage as if waiting for her cue. But the most chilling encounters happen to those who dare to sit in the front row. Visitors have felt unseen hands brush their shoulders, and a few have even reported hearing a soft, sorrowful voice whisper, "Did you enjoy the show?" Is the old Covington Theater merely a forgotten relic of the past, or is its most devoted performer still waiting for her final curtain call? Those who linger too long might just find themselves part of the next act. The Cursed Walls of Crittenden, juvenile detention facility. The lost souls still scream. Hidden in the quiet town of Crittenden, Kentucky, the abandoned juvenile detention facility stands as a decaying reminder of a dark past. Though its halls are empty now, those who have dared to step inside claim the spirits of the forgotten inmates never left. The facility, once meant to rehabilitate troubled youth, became infamous for its brutal conditions. Former staff members whispered of unexplained injuries, violent outbursts, and even deaths that were covered up to protect the institution. Some say a boy took his own life in solitary confinement after being locked away for days with no food or water. Others speak of a violent riot that ended in bloodshed, staining the floors forever. Since its closure, locals who pass by at night have reported hearing distant screams echoing from the crumbling building. Paranormal investigators have captured eerie EVP recordings, whispers of young voices crying out for help. Some visitors claim to have seen shadowy figures darting through the darkened hallways, while others have felt an overwhelming sense of dread, as if unseen eyes were watching them. But the most terrifying reports come from those who have ventured into the old cells. Many have felt their breath stolen from their lungs, as if something unseen was pressing down on them. Some have heard the unmistakable sound of fingernails scraping against the walls, desperate, restless, and waiting. And is the Crittenden Juvenile Detention Facility a place of past horrors, or does something far darker still lurk behind its rusted bars? Those who enter may find out, but not all of them leave unscathed. The Haunting of Benham Inn, the miner who never checked out. Nestled in the small town of Cumberland, Kentucky, the historic Benham Inn stands as a relic of the coal mining era. Once a place of rest for weary miners, the inn has since gained a far more chilling reputation. Guests who stay the night often leave with the same eerie tale of whispers in the dark, phantom footsteps in empty hallways, and the unmistakable feeling of being watched. The legend dates back to the early 1900s when a miner, exhausted from a long shift, checked into the inn but never woke up. Some say he died peacefully in his sleep, while others whisper that something sinister happened that night, a secret buried along with him. Ever since, His restless spirit has been seen wandering the halls, still dressed in his soot-covered work clothes. Visitors report hearing heavy boots pacing outside their doors at night, only to find no one there when they look. Others have awoken to the sound of deep, labored breathing right beside their beds, as if someone is standing over them watching. The most terrifying encounters come from room 3, where the bed is said to shake on its own and ghostly knocks echo against the walls. Some guests even claim to have seen the shadowy figure of a man sitting at the foot of their bed, silent, waiting. Is the Benham Inn simply an old hotel with a storied past, or is one of its former guests still trapped within its walls, unable to check out? Those who stay the night might just find out, if they can sleep at all. The ghosts of Lynch Mountain, the shadows in the trees. Deep in the Appalachian wilderness near Cumberland, Kentucky, Lynch Mountain looms with an eerie presence that locals refuse to ignore. Stories of strange lights flickering through the dense trees, whispered voices carried on the wind, and shadowy figures lurking just out of sight have haunted this mountain for generations. Those who dare to hike its trails at night often return shaken, or not at all. The legend traces back to the coal mining days of the early 1900s. It is said that a group of miners, desperate to escape unbearable conditions, attempted to flee through the mountains. But they never made it. Whether they were hunted down, lost to the harsh terrain, or victims of something even darker, no one knows for sure. What remains are the chilling encounters of those who step foot on the mountain after sundown. Hikers have reported hearing their own names whispered from the darkness, though no one else is around. Some have seen shadowy figures dart between the trees, too fast to be human, too dark to be natural. Others claim to have felt an invisible presence brushing against them, as if unseen hands were reaching out from the past. The most terrifying stories come from those who camp overnight, waking up to find their tents unzipped and strange footprints circling their site, even when no one else was there. Is Lynch Mountain cursed by the restless souls of those lost long ago? Or is something far more ancient lurking among the trees? Those who venture too deep may never find their way back, at least not alone. The spirits are watching, waiting. Would you dare to step inside these haunted places? If you had to spend just one night in one of them, which would you choose? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more terrifying stories, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because the next horror, it could be closer than you think.